don't think I was even inspired to get into ministry. If I were to choose, I wouldn't have chosen ministry. I guess that makes it perfect because Jesus chooses his disciples. Growing up, I've always been a vocal child. I stubborn. And so in Sunday school, I was always very active as children in Sunday school. And at age 9, I could remember always arguing with my teacher as if I know the Bible. Can you imagine? Like I know Genesis to Revelation. Because we're raised by a single mother, my other sister and I, so all my mom was interested in is go to school, go to church, go to school, go to church. And so everything about me has always been in the church. All right, so at age 9, I challenged my teacher that, no, that story you told is not true. You didn't answer the question properly. And my teacher said, oh, for challenging me, next Sunday you're going to teach. And at that time, I thought it was punishment, which my mom said, yeah, it serves me right, because always challenging everyone, when I feel they didn't get it right, I would challenge. The next Sunday I taught, and that's how I started teaching children. Remember, I was just a child, so I'd say I started at age 9, ministry at age 9. The time I got to junior secondary, I started teaching. I got a full class to teach children. I became a young adult. I started teaching youth and teenagers, and that's how I became a woman. And my mission has always been simple. I plant the child, which I started planting as a child. I trained the teenagers and I prepared the youth for 8 years before I handed over. God decided to give me another assignment. I transitioned to women ministry. God gave me another assignment, which is Hope Springs Women's Ministries. To be honest with you, it's by His grace. It's not easy. Ministry is not easy, especially if you're someone like me, that I have an attribute of Simon Peter, Jesus' disciple, that I have impulsive behaviors. If I were to choose, I would prefer to be a fisher of fish than fisher of men. If we are to choose, I love the corporate world. I just love to be a director. God's ways and other ways, and then with the call comes lots of challenges and lots of storms. One of my strongest strengthener is my husband. My husband is one that has built and still builds my faith. There are times when I'm very low. My husband is the one that pulls me up from the ground. He's the one that encourages me. He's the one that sees the vision more than the carrier of the vision. I have a very close-knit relationship with the Holy Spirit. I'm very vulnerable with Him, and I have a very strong word base. I have a strong consecration base, a strong prayer base. That also builds me. And currently, in Hope Springs Women's Ministries, the partners, my partners, God's partners, my sisters, are also the ones that encourage me in faith through their obedience to God in this assignment. What motivated me to write the book Hope Springs and what the testimonies shared have done to me. Hope Springs is an instruction. On a normal day, I wouldn't have written that book. It's an instruction. It's my story. It's my walk with God. When God started working in me, He gave an instruction that I should write my journey. Of course, no book can contain all our journeys, all right? But I had to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit to write the important things. So it's more like my faults, my strength, my shame, the traumas, the emotional breakdowns, and the healings, the restoration, the work of God's love in my life. And I know that He's been helping a lot of people deal with emotional wounds, traumas. And the testimonies shared, what it's done to me is that it's made me love the fact that I yielded. Because it's one thing for God to give you an instruction, it's another thing for you to yield.